we got another one. After a couple months delay, we finally got Egon from Mondo's The Real Ghostbusters collection. You can go back and check out our Venkman review if you want to see that collector's edition as well. But this is, again, the collector's edition version. You can tell because it's in a firehouse wrapping. Now, the standard version just comes in a ghost trap, and it doesn't contain the villain character. The packaging is exactly the same as the other one. I love it. I don't think they need to change it. And it's the firehouse with the magnetic opening doors. It's going to be a little bit different here because we have Egon and the Boogeyman instead of Venkman and Samhain. Venkman came with Slimer, of course, so if you want your Slimer, you're going to have to order that version of Venkman, either the standard or the collectors, which you can't get anymore, because these were timed editions. That means when they stopped taking pre-orders, they were done selling them at retail. So this is a fun one. It's going to contain an alternative ghost in the trap version because they didn't trap the Boogeyman. So he will not be like Samhain where they had the trap version of Samhain where he was being sucked into the ghost trap. So a little bit different. So we'll check out other accessories that come with Egon that are a little bit different than what came with Venkman. But I'm really excited to finally check this one out. So why don't we just get into the box? Well, a lot going on here with this one. First of all, love the uniform. It looks exactly like you want it to. He's got the same articulation as Peter. I mean, look at that hair. It really pulled off the look there of cartoon Egon. I absolutely love how this turned out. It captures all the look of the character. The same dynamic for the gloves. You take the hands off, you put this wrist sort of end here. We'll show you really quick. So if you want the glove version of the Ghostbuster, all you have to do is this, and then you have the gloves. So it's a fun way to switch them around. If you don't want the gloves, you could just leave the standard hands on that are come with it in default mode, and then you get that other dynamic of the character. So if you have the option of gloves, no gloves, same with your trap assortment. Here we go. The only thing I don't like about the trap is the way they engineered it with this wire. This is very thin. Wire will break the more you flex it. So you have the pedal on here. Now you can put the default cartridge in, so it just has a clean cartridge look, or you could put the captured ghost cartridge. Now this one I think is the Al Capone ghost because they didn't capture the, I think it is, they didn't capture the Boogeyman, so he would not be included in this. So this one would just slide in this way. And there we go. Problem we had with Samhain was his cartridge version was so top heavy, it kept making the cartridge fall over. This one's better balanced, so I appreciate that. But you have this nice captured look for the ghost. I do like how they have those in there. It's a lot of fun to have this captured version of a character in there. I just wish they had a better version of this. It would have been nicer if they went with this rubber tubing that they use in the pack for the trap and just use a really thin tube. It would have a lot more flexibility in it. Egon has his alternative scared head look, so if you want to put that on too, you can switch the head out. He has the proton pack, which I'll put on in a minute, and you can see how each little side tucks in here. So it goes over the front. There's a little protective sheeting on here. And you get all that great detail from the proton pack, and of course the wand will go in here facing down this way, and you have all that great detail on the pack. You can see the cyclotron, you can just see everything there. So really nice on that wand and on the pack as well. Some of the best detail you'll see anywhere for these figures. It has the option to attach a stream to it. So if you wanted to put a stream here to have him blasting a ghost, that's very cool. They all come with this. So it's a nice setup. There's a little, I'm not really sure what this is. I forget. It's some kind of like proton grenade or something like that. You can see this little part here sticks up. It just keeps falling back into it though. I can't get it to stay out no matter which way I turn it. So it's like a little proton bomb or something for catching ghosts. So that's an option there. Of course, the big unique accessory we have is right here. So it's your PKE meter from Real Ghostbusters. You can see the little detail on the screen even right here. And the wand part, it pulls up, and then the little prongs come out here somehow. I think you gotta pull them out. Yeah, I have big fingers, so it's hard for me to do that. And then you could pull them out like this on each side, and then you could have your PKE wand go do its meter readings. So I think this is really cool that how they had it be able to tuck and go back inside of it. And of course it clips right here on his belt. So they have one of those key fobs or dongles that are on the belt there. And that little hook goes on, and then you can have it on display on his belt right there. So nice that they got some more equipment here. He looks cool with this in his hand, walking around doing readings. I think it's a little different. He's always the more scientific one, so he's doing his readings. He comes with a different little ghost than Slimer. I don't know if this guy has a name, but they include a little buddy for him on this stand, so he could pivot around this, or you could pop him off it and make him a little free floating. He has some articulation. His arms move, but that's really it. But I think they did a nice job with that guy there. So you have Egon, and I showed you all his little wares, and I'll get him dressed up in just a second. But what I really want to show you is the star of the show, and that's going to be the Boogeyman. I mean, this guy is huge. He's awesome. I had to zoom out here so you could see him. I mean, they did a really solid job with this. He's got his hooves and his legs that kind of like go backwards. So you got to kind of work on getting those in the right position. But yeah, very, very cool to see these like this. Now he's so large, you really need to use the support stand this time around, because I just don't see how you're going to get him to balance, because he's so top heavy because of this head. I mean, look how giant this head is. He's got an articulating jaw in there too. I mean, he just looks amazing. They did a great job. I don't think anyone's ever produced the Boogeyman before, so this is the first I've seen of him, and he just looks simply amazing. So you can have him here in his assisted stand, because I don't know how else you get I tried to balance him using the back here as a point of contact, and I just couldn't get it done right. It just wasn't enough to be able to get him with these weird hooves he has to be able to balance him on here without him falling over because of this giant head. But they did a nice job. He has full articulation, the arms, the elbows, the wrists, and he has of course, the leg articulation and then the jaw articulation in the head. But he's just so massive, it's just really hard to get him to stand up unassisted. And then he's got these great hooves for his feet here. So you could play around with it however you want to get him situated in there, but getting him to stand on his own with this massive head is just a nightmare. I mean, he's supposed to be a nightmare, so it's kind of great. So he just looks amazing. Now he comes with alternate hands. He's got these creepy little hands that you can switch on there and give him just a little bit more nuance. And then he has an alternative head. This thing is huge. Again, really big, really heavy. Look at that giant nose, tongue sticking out, drool coming off of it. I mean, they did a great job on that. So you can have Boogeyman two different ways. I mean, look what you got in this collector's kit. I mean, you got this giant character here that came along with him. So much, much, much improved over the standard edition of the set. So having another iconic Ghostbusters, a real Ghostbusters character in there. But this head is, wow. Let's see if we can switch it out just so you can see what it looks like on him. He's just so massive here. It's just a pain to get into him. But the head came off fairly easy. Whoop. And then the other one, we'll see how easy this pops in. Yeah, there we go. So he's got another massive head in there. It's weird because this one, I don't know, this one has much bigger hole in it than this head allows here, but I guess it just kind of pops in. I mean, it's just resting on there compared to the other one. So it's weird that they don't have a smaller ball in there to connect it to, but it sits on there. I mean, the head's so massive, it's not going anywhere anyway. But again, I mean, it's just so hard for this figure to stand on his own. He's just so large, so massive. Like, you really need this thing. It's doing all the work right now, keeping him up from falling over. But he is a very cool character. Very nice job they did on manufacturing this one. But like I said, the weird thing is with the head, the hole here is much larger than this hole here. However, this one is kind of set up. It does have that piece in there, so I don't know if it's missing a piece or what, or if this was supposed to come out and then the next one sits on that bottom part. I don't know. I could try to look into that and figure it out, but it just doesn't seem to add up, basically, the way they have it set up right now. But there we go with his original head back on, again with that articulating jaw that they have on the Boogeyman. So he just looks phenomenal. Absolutely love it. So great job with this one, Mondo. Another great villain at the edit here. Whoop. And you can see again, extremely top heavy. So you just want to make sure that you have this thing set up and you're pulling back as much as you can on it to try to get him situated in there, because no matter how many points of contact you have, it's not enough. He's just so heavy. The last bit they have in here is they give you a little bit more of added value by giving you some cardboard ghosts. So last time we got the haunted toilet, we got like some kind of weird eye bat, and then the scuba diver, I think. Oh yeah, and then we got the eye ghost from the classic Ghostbusters line as well. So we got 4. This time we just got 2. But we did have a really large boogeyman. So we do have these additional ghosts that you could kind of poke out here and then add to your little gallery of Ghostbusters display from Mondo, if it ever lets go. So these are very easy to assemble. You just kind of poke them out, and then you poke out the bases, and then you just connect them, and that's really it. So just a little thing they wanted to do to add more value to the sets, and I really think they have a ton of value in them. And again, the funny thing about the price point with this was $202 for this set. Because of the master license being with Hasbro, they can't sell anything for any figures for under $100. That's why Egon is $101, and the Boogeyman here is another $101, making the set $202. So very funny. This was the last set before the tariff surcharges went on them. So subsequent ones, if you've ordered Winston, if you've ordered Ray, like we did here, you had to pay an extra like $19 charge on top of that. And then we're just waiting for Janine to go up. But right now, this is what we got. We have a really awesome Egon with the Boogeyman. Let me just get Egon's pack on really quick, and then we'll check that out. And we got that pack on our Egon here. You can see all the way around. And he's got the stream on. He's blasting the Boogeyman. Got the trap out with the pedal and the standard cartridge in there. Of course, he did not trap him. But still, I mean, pretty cool to be able to have this on display. You could add Peter in here too and have them both shooting a stream at the Boogeyman. And here's your other cartridge, just so you can see here. This one stands up very well on its own. That Samhain, just a little too top heavy. So this one's balanced very well. So I like that improvement between the two. And of course, you got your little cardboard ghosts over here on the fringe that we could add to our other ones as well. And then you have your little green guy or blue guy here. And we have our Slimer. Let's just throw our Slimer in here for fun. Here we go. So we have our Slimer that we want to get in here as well. And of course, Samhain. Now, you can see the size difference between the Boogeyman here and Samhain. He's very easy to stand. He comes with the robe that acts as a display base, sort of just giving him a lot of contact and getting him grounded. And you can see the difference between the stark contrast and the design here. So they kept it very true to the show, but those proportions were just not physically possible for an action figure to stand up. So I kind of like that. Samhain also, we just had this past weekend, Mondo opened up orders on a new edition of Samhain based on the, I think it was the Halloween 2 cartoon or the Halloween Forever cartoon of Real Ghostbusters, that episode. So he comes with some other friends as well. But that's your chance to get Samhain. If you did not get him during the original issue, you can now get a special version of him with some other ghosts and another version of Slimer. I don't know if the reissue Boogeyman and give you a chance of getting him with adding other accessories to him. I mean, he's got a lot right now. This giant head is insane. It's like half his body is his head. But this is another fun accessory they added in there. But I mean, look at him. Very, very cool. Kind of appreciate how this one turned out. Absolutely love it. Other than the weird thing with the head, which I'll try to see if that part is missing. Mondo's usually good about giving you that. There's just no way to connect to this body properly unless that little connection point is supposed to come out with the head. And then this would kind of sit on the other piece in there. I don't know. But then there's no way to pivot it around. So I'll try to figure that out. But in the meantime, it's a pretty good piece. I love the articulating jaw on it. And then, of course, this weird design for the trap with that wire right here and here that will snap the more you bend it and use it, which is disappointing because the traps are kind of a fun part of the set. So hopefully they have a way to fix that in future iterations and maybe send you out a replacement part. But people that have had it break have said that Mondo has been good about replacing it. So that is your look at the Egon Spengler and Boogeyman Collector's Edition version of Mondo's Real Ghostbusters. All right, to recap, awesome. Another amazing job from Mondo in this set, in this series. They're really great. They really capture that original look. I know some people like the Diamond Select toys, but these just feel a little more animated. The articulation's a little smoother. They come with the option of switching the characters around with putting on different hands, using different accessories, different heads. You didn't really have that option. And then they have a great accompaniment of ghosts, which we're missing from that series as well. So you have some really great designs, including this absolutely phenomenal Boogeyman. So yeah, we can't wait to see how Winston and how Ray turned out too. They're going to be phenomenal, I'm sure, because we've seen them at the shows. But the final versions we're still looking forward to. And of course, that recently announced Janine. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But pretty cool. I do really enjoy the PKE meter. They did a really nice job adding that with the little ends that pull out there for the wand part. And of course, everything looks great with the characters as usual. So nice job. Looking forward to what's next. Can't wait for more. Stay tuned as we cover more Mondo Real Ghostbusters. Of course, we're going to at least have 2 more here we're going to show you guys. So not until 2026, though. So you're going to have to wait along with us as these patiently arrive from Mondo. That's all for this time. Like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you guys next time.